Hi everybody. I'm moving on to another review of a Chen practical katana. This is a katana that I picked up, I want to say about 15 years ago or so. This is not the original bag, nor is it the original Seiya, actually. I had to get it all replaced because I am a terrible sword owner, specifically when I was a teenager, and that's when I got this. So, unfortunately, didn't know how to take care of my swords. This sword has actually been beat up a lot. There's a lot of nicks in the blade, but it's got a lot of character. I like it, and figured why not do a quick review on it. So, sit back and enjoy the review. Alright, so I wanted to start off with just introducing her. That's Tiki. She's my dog, purebred German Shepherd. She'll probably pop up a few times here and there, so just letting you know if that's who that is. Anywho, let's start off with just the bag that it comes in. So my Chen practical katana came in this purple bag. Now, I love the quality of the fabric used. However, to close it, it has like this drawstring at the top here. And I'm not a big fan of that, specifically since it started to fray and break, as you can see. And really, it doesn't work as good as it did. In fact, I don't even use this anymore. I keep it because I'm pretty sure it can be repaired. I am not good at repairing things. I have friends that are. I really need to ask them nicely, but not important. I now use this, and this is actually the type of closing mechanism, I guess, that I prefer, which is something that you can wrap around the sword after it's in the cloth and then tie it. I think it's more efficient, and I just prefer it that way. Alright, let's move on to the Seiya. So this is the Seiya that I got with the katana. I'm just going to slowly move it across the screen here so you can get a nice visual of it. But honestly, for as long as I had it and how poorly I treated it, this is what it should look like, honestly. It's pretty dented. I'm going to show you on this side as well. We'll start on this. As you can see, there's a paint chip missing right here, and it's bad. The poor Seiya, the butt cap. I guess there was something here. I don't even remember there being anything there. So whatever's supposed to be there, gone. You can tell by just looking into the mouth of this, it's so worn down right here. And then not only that, but this is actually, it's coming off like this. You can see there's a crack that runs right down here. Not safe to use, honestly, especially in drawing practice. Not that I practice, I just but this is my fault. Once again, do not expect this quality from Chen. This is from me not drawing the sword properly, probably just sheathing and unsheathing it way too much. I mean, I did not know how to use a sword back then. I still don't know how to use a sword, but I'm better than, this at least. So yeah, this is the original Seiya. I will say that Chen does not offer replacement Seiyas. I contacted them directly. I sent them an email asking like, hey, I have this Seiya. It's pretty terrible. And their suggestion was that I should buy another practical katana, and then I'd have a new Seiya. Alright, so let's actually look at what I'm using now for a Seiya. So this is the Seiya that I actually purchased on Amazon. There will be a link down in the description in case you happen to be me and need a new Seiya because you treated your Chen practical katana Seiya like crap like I did. But this, I want to say, cost $25, $30. Not cheap, unfortunately, and it took a while to get to the house. However, definitely worth it. Fits the practical katana. Honestly, I took a chance. I didn't even check out the measurements. I just said, hey, let's try. If not, I'll just have a spare Seiya laying around. I have a few swords, so I figured it might fit one of them regardless. I did have to add some wood shim, and actually if you look in there you can see there's some shim there, and then if we flip it, there's the other shim, because it was loose, and in fact it is very loose in the Seiya. In fact, let me just do this real quick. So if you shake it, you can hear that it does rattle a little bit, but honestly, I'd rather that rattling than using the other Seiya. And if you saw the other Seiya, which I already showed you, I think you'd agree as well. So it's unfortunate that it rattles in the Seiya. However, one of the things that I like is that it actually Now, if I do this with any decency, it will fall out, but honestly, originally it wouldn't have stayed at all. So I'm happy with this. I may shim it a little bit more, but it works for me right now. And this is a perfect segue into the next part, which is the actual blade itself. All right, so let's actually get to the part of the review that you probably care about, which is the katana. We're going to start off with the handle. The handle wrap is some kind of material. Unfortunately, I don't know what it is. It became almost shinier with age. It's still extremely tight, though. I can hardly push any of these around, so whatever they're doing there at Hanwei, they definitely know how to wrap these, because this is once again over 10 years old, and I'm told that as blades age, this wrap is supposed to become loose, and it's just not. Granted, and maybe I don't use it as much as a practitioner would, but I did swing this around a fair amount when I was younger, so I think that's a major plus. As far as the ornaments, as you can see here, just simple flowers. This one has started to fade, most likely from me just touching it so much. The fittings, just basic. I mean, there's literally no ornamentation to them. It's just what they are. Same with the guard, as you can see, just a plain guard, nothing special about it. Really just a basic katana handle. I mean, really you can't get any more basic than this. The one other thing that I did want to note is that the ray skin is fake on this. This is plastic, and it's very apparent that it's plastic. I've never taken this apart, so I don't know if they're panels. I assume they're panels, but really we're just talking about an entry-level katana here. It's just a little bit more expensive because it comes with the name brand Paul Chen or Hanwei. But yeah, so that's the handle. But let's move on to the next one.
So let's get to the blade. The blade is hardened. It's differentially tempered. It's 27 inches measured from the Habaki. I actually measured mine, and slightly longer than that, but I can't imagine them being any longer. Or varying too much from that, seeing as these are mass production swords. Overall, it's a fantastic blade. I put mine through the ringer, and it's still mostly intact with just a few chips and a roll here and there.
Okay, so I wanted to end the video with just kind of a summary of my thoughts on the blade. For what I paid for it, which I want to say was around $175 at the time, I honestly think that this blade is definitely worth it. I would put it at the forefront for people that are looking for a sword to begin with. It's solid, it's lasted me this long, and I treated it admittedly very poorly, in fact horribly, and it's still solid. It's still something that I wouldn't mind going back and cutting twigs and stuff with. I'm not going to do that anymore because the poor thing's seen enough action, and I think it's time to retire her, and so I need to get her actually back into oil, etc. But it's a good blade. I wanted to also show you just how much it's going for these days. Looks like on Cult of Athena, about $209 on their website for Hanwei, Paul Chen here. $219.99, and then Amazon doesn't exactly have the practical katana, but it does have the practical XL for $312, and I'm assuming that it's a longer blade. But in fact, Amazon has a whole bunch of Paul Chen stuff as well, in case that's your flavor and you prefer to buy off Amazon. Either way, though, thanks guys for watching. If you have any questions or comments, you know where to put them, and as always, have fun.